All right, Taurus, this is your May 2021 Love Tarot and Astrology reading. I am Ryan from Arrows of Love. Welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, if you like these videos and would like to see more of them, please click that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel and it's very much appreciated from me. All right, Taurus. So let's review what's happening in the sky and then we'll get to your love reading. Today is May 11th, and today is a new moon in your sign of Taurus. The new moon always occurs when the moon and the sun conjoin in the sky. It starts the new lunar cycle, and it's a time to plant the new seeds for what it is you want for the next 30 days. The moon in Taurus is exalted, which basically means this. It's a time of feeling. It's a time of nurturing of yourself, of your body, of your presentation. It's rethinking your self-image and how you present yourself to the world, Taurus. And this energy is going to stay with you for the next 30 days until the next new moon in Gemini. So it's a very important new moon, and this new moon happens to also be conjoining Taurus in a loose conjunction, which means surprises are in there. You might be changing your mind on some things, your life direction, where you're going for the rest of 2021. So it's a very powerful new moon. Emotions could be stirred during this time. A renewal of emotion could come up as well. So it just kind of depends on what else is happening. So let's keep going. We're still in Taurus season until May 21st, until the sun moves into Gemini, which is your second house of self-worth, value, money, possessions, and resources. Your focus is going to shift markedly in the latter half of May and then most of June. Mercury, this is the messenger planet. This is what is on your mind, what it is you're thinking about, is in Gemini right now. Gemini is its home sign. And Mercury is going to go through a retrograde period from May 30th through June 22nd. It's going to retrograde from 24 degrees all the way back to 16, station direct, and then move forward again. And again, this is happening in your second house of self-worth, income, money, possessions, resources. So something could come up with technology that you might need to fix. Maybe you need to do some home repairs with technology or audio or something to that effect. Mercury rules communication. It rules short distance travel, marketing and selling of ideas, and siblings. So these are all themes that could come up for you, Taurus, but mostly this is in the money house. So maybe you just have a lot of expenses that come up during this time. Mercury retrogrades are always a time of redo, review, realign, readjust. It's the review period. And the thing is, Mercury is going to station direct and square Neptune sitting in Pisces, which is your 11th house of friends, group associations, hopes, wishes, and dreams, allies, the people in your life. So whenever Mercury, the messenger planet, squares nebulous Neptune, which is kind of this fuzzy, hazy, can be confusing at times planet, it points to disillusionment, and it also points to potential deception. So things could come up with money that might be deceptive, or people that are being deceptive with money, generally speaking, or deceptive communication. So you really need to be on your guard. And if something doesn't pass the smell test, Taurus, from the 30th through June 22nd, probably isn't good. So keep an eye out, but this is mostly regarding finance, money, personal possessions. So things could come up during this time that just kind of throw you off guard. So maybe something with the car. I mean, things like that happen. Jupiter, planet of expansion, growth, spirituality, karmic justice, is moving out of Aquarius and into Pisces. So it's been sitting in your 10th house of career, your reputation of the world, what it is you do in the world, your highest achievements, and now it's moving into the 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams, friends, group associations. So your friendship circle might be changing soon. Your allies might be changing. Who it is you associate with might be changing. Your long-term goals might be changing. And we get just a brief glimpse of this in May. Jupiter is going to switch or ingress into Pisces on May 13th, so just 2 days from now, and it's going to be there until the end of July, until it retrogrades back into Aquarius and does basically a review of that 10th house period of career. But moving forward, at least for the majority of summer, you're going to be focused on friends, your allies, your group associations. It's a very social period, so be sure you're getting out there. Like I said, group associations and friends could be changing during this time, or maybe you meet someone new, or a mentor of some type that really takes you to the next level with career. So those are all possible. Mars, the planet of action, vitality, assertiveness, virility, sitting in Cancer. It's going to be in Cancer until June 11th. Mars is not comfortable in Cancer. Cancer is a very emotional sign. It's nurturing. It's about the home. It's about comfort and protection, whereas Mars is the warrior. It wants to go out and go, and it's assertive. So they're conflicting energies. It's in its fall position in Cancer. For you, Taurus, that is your third house. So the third house is again about communication. There's a lot happening with communication, just generally speaking. Third house also deals with marketing and selling, siblings, local communities. It's the chitter chatter. It's a buzzy house. So a lot happening over there. It could also be conflict with family or with motherly figures or reproduction, anything to that effect. That's what rules Cancer as well. So it's going to be there, like I said, until the 11th. Toward the 11th, when Mars is about to transit out of Cancer, it's going to be coming up to an opposition to Pluto sitting over in Capricorn. That is in your 9th house of long distance travel, higher education. This is also a religious house. It's about your beliefs, your ideals. So the 9th house is very much an expansive, good luck house. Jupiter sitting over there, it's remaking this over about, like I said, your higher education, the expansion of the mind. It's doing complete makeover. Mars is going to oppose Pluto in that 2nd house or in your 10th house. So things could be shaky with career. There could be some power dynamics with colleagues at work. Be sure you're getting plenty of exercise and taking that energy down, because that points to a lot of aggressive energy that you don't necessarily see coming. So be aware of that, Taurus. The end of the month, we're going to come out to eclipse season. So the eclipses are happening on the Gemini-Sagittarius axis. And the first eclipse, it's a lunar eclipse, so it's a full moon. It's a supercharged full moon, essentially. It's going to happen in Sagittarius. And for you, Taurus, that is your 8th house. Sagittarius is 8 signs past Taurus. So this has to do with things unseen, sex, intimacy, taxes, insurance, the death and rebirth process. So this is also karmic debt. So things just feel kind of heavy during this time, or things come up that you don't think just like come out of nowhere. It's because of these eclipses. And we'll have the first one in Sagittarius, and then we'll have a solar eclipse in June in Gemini, which will be your 2nd house. So that's again income, possessions, what we value. Your self-worth is being tested here, Taurus, and you are a sign that has to deal with self-worth all the time. You're ruled by Venus, so it's always determining the value of the things in your life, and it's not just relationships, it's possessions too. So you're going through a review period. Eclipses are always a time of endings and new beginnings, and it's big ones that happen in our lives. So the best thing you can do is just roll with it and realize whatever happens is meant to happen, and it's leading you down the path of your true north and your destiny. So there's an element here of realigning so that we are in fact in alignment with where it is we need to go. And that's what Mercury retrogrades are all about. That's what the eclipses are all about. Something's eclipsed, something's just done. And it's happening in that 8th house. So it could be something bubbling up underneath the surface too. It's hidden things. So that's what's happening on the astrology side. Let's take a look at love. Not a ton happening in your love departments right now. We did just have that Scorpio full moon just a few weeks ago. That was in your 7th house of marriage and partnerships and one-on-one relationships. So there could have been some upsets, endings over the last few weeks, and maybe you're just, trying to get through that right now. But otherwise, not a ton happening in love for you, Taurus. So what we're going to do this time around is I'm going to pull 1 card from the Angel's Oracle for the general energy. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you from the Tarot and 3 cards for them, so we can get a good picture of what's happening. These are general readings. The messages will not resonate with all of you. Be sure to check out your ascendant, moon, and Venus signs. Sometimes those messages will resonate more with you depending on what's happening in your natal chart. So, Taurus, today's the new moon. Big for you. What is it that you want to show the world about you? Are you working on your body? Are you working on your self-presentation? Are you transforming you in a way that feeds you emotionally? That's what the new moon's all about. Let's see what's happening for you, Taurus. So, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I believe Pisces got this as well. Jupiter is about to go into Pisces. Again, that's your 11th house of friends, group associations. You could be reviewing these things now. All right. Pull from the Tarot, 3 cards for you. Justice. This one has come up for Capricorn and Pisces. A lot of rebalancing work. A lot of karmic justice coming up. Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter rules Pisces in ancient astrology, and Neptune rules Pisces in modern astrology. Both of them are going to be in Pisces. A lot of karmic work happening now, a lot of spiritual work, spiritual growth, things unseen that are going to manifest over the next year and a half as Jupiter works its way into Pisces. So this has a strong flavor of that type of energy right now. Justice, it's just the rebalancing work. 5 of Wands. The Sun. Sun is sitting in Taurus right now. Also, it could be a Leo. We'll get more to that. This is for them. 3 cards for them. 9 of Swords. Strength. Page of Wands. Yeah, so there's some strong Leo energy in, oh, I just saw this too. Death. Yeah, so something, okay. So I'm going to put that to the side right now. It just happened to fall, and I saw it, so it's part of the reading. Okay, so let's talk about this. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. The universe is pointing you in the right direction right now. That Mercury retrograde is going to hit the ecliptic, the North Node, in Gemini. The North Node in modern astrology is associated with destiny, where it is you need to go in the world. And that's happening in your 2nd house of self-worth. So you could be tested on the self-worth basis right now as Mercury is aligning with the North Node today. And now you got this new moon happening in your own sign. So this is all about what it is you value. Are your relationships aligned with your true value? And this is saying you need to take stock, and this is a rebalancing of sorts. Do you have adequate boundaries? Do you value yourself where you're not going to put yourself in a situation that compromises your value? This could also be the Sword of Justice. This could be legal related too. So maybe you're doing some legal stuff. Some of you might be getting divorced, going through divorce of some type, because the next card here is the 5 of Wands, and this is fighting. This is battle. This is a battle card. So something of that was entangled needs to be rebalanced. So some of you might have been going through a divorce of some type, an ending of some type, a rebalance work of some type. And once this is done, you're getting the Sun. The Sun is one of the happiest cards in the deck. This also has to do with children too. So children could be an element of this. But the new moon sitting in Taurus, it's aligning with the Sun, says this is a new time to rebalance emotionally. What it is you want, where it is you are going. Things are changing with you. The next 30 days are going to be the best 30 days for you for a while, Taurus, because an exalted moon means you can refresh yourself emotionally. You can come out of emotional baggage, turmoil that needs reworking by planting the seeds for something new, where you put yourself first and you value yourself first. There was definitely some competition here. There was some battling here. Looks like maybe some arguments, but it's coming to an end. All there is to it. You got the Sun card last, so this tells me you're coming through a bad period where maybe things were just a little bit tumultuous, or you're ending things now where you can come into the Sun and be reborn. On the other side, I would say things are looking a little bit more grim. So the Nine of Swords is a mental type card, and there's a little bit of obsession going on here. This is sleepless nights. Something happened between you two where they're not sleeping. This is bothering them. They're obsessing about it. They're going around and around about it. They're trying to figure out what the heck to do next. It was definitely, to me, this was you getting something off your chest, and now they need to deal with it. Plain and simple. It's going to take strength. You might be dealing with a Leo. You have two very strong Leo cards here. The Sun rules Leo, strength is symbolic of Leo as well. So strong Leo energy. Leo for you is your fourth house of home, family, roots, foundations. Reviewing the roots of your relationships. Are they built on a solid foundation? Taurus, you build things slowly, methodically, but surely. So if something's not built on a solid foundation, chances are it's not going to work for you. It's reviewing those roots. It's reviewing those foundations. For them, it takes strength. They're going to need some strength to get through this, whatever it is that's plaguing their thoughts. They need to do some inner work here, the inner strength, to tame the lion and come out the other side. They're not giving up, though. They're not giving up. And if you haven't heard from this person in a while, if you're in a partnership and things kind of are rocky right now, the other person is definitely going to be reaching out. And it's going to be a little awkward. Wands energy is, it can be passionate. It can be fiery. So maybe there's like a late night here that they've been up drinking or something, and they get on that phone and they start text messaging you in the middle of the night. Like, it's things like that. Like, they don't really think through this. So I don't know if this message or this communication will be well received, but likely it's going to happen around Mercury retrograde. Mercury is the messenger planet. It's going to retrograde May 30th through June 22nd. I'd say if you haven't heard from someone in a while, you're going to around that time frame. They've been thinking about you, that's for sure. And they might try, I don't know. It's going to be an odd text message, not something that you're expecting to see. You might be happy to hear from them, but there was definitely some battles happening between you two. Let's pull a card for the outcome. Okay, so I have, it's two things here. So, okay, I pulled this for the outcome. It's the Wheel of Fortune. And this is interesting because the wheel is always turning in one direction or the other. If you complete the karma here and you've learned your lesson and you know your self-worth and you're willing to only put up with those things that are worth your value, the wheel turns in the right direction. Taurus, you are on this card. The bull is right here in the corner. These are the fixed signs: Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. We just talked about Taurus and Leo. There's a lot in here about Taurus and Leo. So if this is a karmic relationship, what I'm going to say to you is that whatever ending happened, whatever endings are coming, it's because you're being guided toward your true north. You're being guided toward the path that you're truly supposed to be on here. If you hear from this person again, that's also karmic. There's something that's supposed to be reviewed, wrapped up. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get back together. It means maybe there's just something that needs to be sorted out. If you're in a partnership, it means you're re-reviewing something that needs to be reworked or rebalanced in your life. It could have something to do with children. It's taking strength on their part, that's for sure. But the Wheel of Fortune is at play here. So you need to be very careful about what it is you do, who you accept, and make sure it's worth your value. That is the key term for Taurus over the next couple of weeks, couple of months. Know your value and what's worth your value. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Taurus. Until next time, take care.